Hey. Peace and love. What's poppin'? Gaggy greetings. Oh, let me run that beat black. What up, though? Alright, so it's a late night Gag Gutsy and build. This is exclusive right now. Like, I'm giving you some exclusive heat rock. People told me not to even say nothing, but I'll be damned if I just sit back and not say nothing. It ain't going down like that. It's not going down like that. I wish I would just sit back. We about to go in. Hold on, let me run this back. Because I wanted to talk to you real quick. Listen, I figured it out. Peace and love, Gaggy greetings. Why we so complacent? Why we so comfortable? A lot of people are so sleeping, like so sleeping. It's a shame. It's really a shame. But we're going to straighten it out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. It's the Aquarian age, the Gagutian age. You see what I'm saying? We about to go in. All crazy. Yo, I am a cell, made out of cells, live off of cells, live in a cell, paid on my bell to get out of jail. My freedom paper, they came in the mail. I used to bag up that work on the scale, killing myself, doing it well, telling myself, you need to chill. Nah, you need to chill. Yeah, can't hit what you can't see. I never say what I can't be. Richer than rich, broken and broke, stuck in the ditch. You level up, boy, making a switch. This ain't real water, nigga. This ain't real air, nigga. And this ain't real freedom, nigga. But they don't even care, neither. Babylon try and keep me, but I want to chill in my TP. What? They want me to work. Feeling like Riri. Tell our vision that's lives on the TV. Can't lie, man, I fly like a genie. The devil is alive, know he mad when he see me. Cause I'm on top like a beanie. Yeah, Sarate, kicking ass down just like karate. Get real breezy like Kayate. All else Spaniel like Mayate. And he want peace all like Kumbaya. Like Kumbaya, I'm going right back home like Kumbaya. Yeah, like 7 days out the week. Yo. I said going right back home like Kumbaya. Hold on, no, we got some more. Let me get the steam on. Yo, it's 7 days out the week, 7 planets, let me see. Who gon' sell these 7 seas? Be as clever as can be. We. Who built that? We. Who killed that? We. The separation's an illusion, can't you see? Yeah, feel like I've been here before. Tina Marie. I've been rich, I've been poor. Hustle out that corner store. From the muscle, I'm that bore. Fuck the jail system, school system, and the court of law. Let you be a king if you want. Better throw that ball, be like Mike. Yeah, Jordan, Tyson, Jackson, Billie Jean, Thriller off the wall. You told these niggas that you God, they was like, no. Is your family gon' ride for you? Probably be like, no. Is your shorty on your side for you? Probably be like, no. She probably be like, no. But you that boy, it's 7 days out the week. 7 planets, let me see. Who gon' sell them 7 seas? Be as clever as can be. We. Who built that? We. Who killed that? We. The separation's an illusion, can't you see? Black. That shit fire. I am a cell, made out of cells, live off of cells, live on a cell, paid on my bell to get out of jail. My freedom paper, they came in the mail. Used to back up that work on the scale. Woo. Alright, that's enough. I got that out. Now we got that out the way. Alright, so what I was talking about is I figured out why people are so complacent with the state of everything is because a lot of people are very, very sleep, man, and unaware. And like when they run into people on the high frequency Gagutians who's actually paying attention out here, and we hit them with these concepts that seem so radically different from the norms that they've already accepted, they look at you like you crazy. They really think you lost your mind. Like, they really think it's like, but it's comforting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the saying, ignorance is bliss. So they rather ignore the obvious elephant in the room, you know, the monster under the bed. They just won't look under the bed. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to look. But now we've got people who logged in a little while ago, and that's the last thing we want, is to ignore something. We run right to the information and break it down. It just so happens that, mainstream media has a control over what we see and what we allow to see and what we can accept as truth or not. And for those people who let that be the end all be all, what the mainstream media says, a lot of times, some real genuine information will go over your head because you don't accept it unless it's coming from NBC or CBS or the Today Show or CNN or one of these major media outlets. Like, if one of them don't say it, it doesn't confirm it. It means nothing to to some of us. You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue right there. That we're getting our information vetted from the same people who made laws. Like, the same people, like this government that we follow now, they actually made laws to kill people that look like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the Negro Act, the 1940 Negro Act, that gave them the right, permission, like the order to kill, enslaved Africans who wanted to be free. Like, they would just kill you, and that was legal. That was the law to kill you. You see what I'm saying? So these same people now we want to trust as our source of information. How can we do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can we do that? How can we trust that what they're telling us is true? Especially when, there's so much information out there that contradicts that being, a good source. You know what I'm saying? So I figured it out. That's what it is. Now, I want to go over some things to make this kind of tangible, so we're not still living in this realm of belief, of make-believe. Like, we just believe there's some source of evil, if we want to use that term. But we're not going to put a label on where it's coming from. We're not going to do that. We're not going to point the finger. We're just going to believe that there's some evil empire out there. We'll call it the devil, and not actually label who's the people responsible for this. Like, you hear people talk about voting and the presidential election, that's coming up again. And people saying that, well, votes really don't count. It really don't matter who votes for who. These people are selected, not elected. Well, who's doing the selecting? Who's doing the selecting? The president don't really run nothing. It's just a job. Okay, well, if it's just a job, what school did they graduate from? What employment agency did they go through? Like, let's run it down. Like, because if that's what it really breaks down to, let's make it tangible for everybody to see, so we can know for a fact, so we can definitely know. You know what I'm saying? So it's not playing the guessing game. Hold on one second. Let me share this real quick to my people real quick. Let's not play the guessing game. You know what I'm saying? Let's not play this guessing game. You know what I mean? Like, who are these entities? Who are these people? You know what I'm saying? If it's something like that, like, let's point them out. Why are we playing the game still? Let's not play the game. We ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? Let's keep it all the way real. Yo, what up, though? So, they've showed their hand to us. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like on the Matrix. On the Matrix, when Neo met Morpheus, gag of greetings. He put out his hand. He had a pill in each hand. He had a blue pill. He said, if you take this blue pill, you'll go back to sleep. Everything will be as normal. You won't remember none of this. But if you take the red pill, you'll find out the truth. I'm going to show you to the truth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people just took that blue pill. You greeted with the information. Morpheus comes to you and tells you, listen, I can break this down for you. I can show you the truth on how it is. You got to take this blue pill if you don't want it, and you'll go back to sleep. Or you take this red pill, and you can go deep down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, and you know them, they'll run from you. They'll, oh shit, Morpheus coming, and they'll run because they don't even want to make the decision. They want to live in their ignorance. We call it willingful ignorance. I'm gonna make a post on that, on willingful ignorance. Just like we just witnessed Popeye's chicken in a month span come into the black community and suck out $100 million. Suck out $100 million in exchange for what? Some high blood pressure, some diabetes, you know what I'm saying? Heart disease. This is what the trade-off was for eating this toxic-ass chicken sandwich. But yet and still, people did it out of willful ignorance. We know this is not the best thing for us, and we know that we kind of need to put our money towards something that's really going to help us. But that really don't make no difference when it's that chicken on the line. You know what I'm saying? When it's an opportunity to exercise some willful ignorance. You know what I mean? So we're not going to be willful ignorant this evening. Not on this channel. Not on my platform. You'll never see me in a state where I'm exercising some willful ignorance. That's just not my twist. You know, like I took my daughter to the zoo the other day, and it just, like, I couldn't turn it off. You know, I'm on that red pill, so everything I see, I'm kind of analyzing that and using that for information to help, you know, help me see the higher vibration of everything in my environment. You know what I'm saying? I want to actually understand it. So I'm at the zoo with my daughter, right? And this is just an introduction, because we got something way deeper. So I'm at the zoo with my daughter, and I'm looking at the enclosure that they got the tiger in. I need some big tigers, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, why don't the tiger just bust out? Like, you can't tell me the tiger can't just leave this joint. Like, look at the size of the tiger. No way the tiger cannot just jump out of here. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll go to where the giraffe at. The giraffe is damn near all legs. Like, giraffe is tall as a building. And I'm like, why don't the giraffe just walk over this wall right here? The wall was like up to my chest. I'm like, the giraffe could easily just walk over that wall. Like, why don't the giraffe just walk over the wall and just leave? And the lady who worked there was looking. She was like, don't worry about that. He's not going nowhere. Like, she just kind of explained it away. Like, he's not going nowhere. So I'm like, damn. So, okay. The giraffe's environment has everything he needs to keep him in a docile state. The lion has everything he needs to keep him in a docile, cool state. So does the tiger. So does the gorilla. Every different habitat was a little different just to keep that particular animal calm, cool, and docile. This is colonization. When we come outside of the zoo and then we look in our environment around us, we find the same thing. That's why in different neighborhoods, there's different things, different stores, different products, different corners. The blocks are shaped different. The everything is different. Even just the local government is ran differently. Like the recs, the parks and recs is different. The stores are different. Where the stores at are different. The way that the neighborhood is shaped is different. Everything is different to keep each group of people, each culture in a certain condition. Now, if you take the gorilla out of his habitat, put him into the lion's habitat, what'll happen? Oh, hell would break loose. That gorilla definitely gonna pull some shit down in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Because it's throwing him off. His environment dictates his behavior. So this is why the neighborhoods that we live in are the way that they are. You wonder why? Like, I walk down the street where I'm living at, and I'm not in the best neighborhood in Philly, but I'm not in the worst neighborhood in Philly also right now. And on my block where I'm at, in like a 2-block radius, 2 to 3 blocks, you go 2 to 3 blocks, and there's at least 6 churches. 6 churches, 3 bars. So it's either the church or the bar. It ain't the wine and spirits. You know what I'm saying? So all of those things are placed in our neighborhoods to keep us comfortable, docile, so we don't want to leave, so we don't want to break out, so we feel comfortable, you know, in the environment that we're in the habitat that we're in. Like, we're living in a zoo. This is a zoo. Like, it literally is a zoo. And somebody made a post about The Matrix, saying that The Matrix was a documentary, and this is very I understand this, especially when we look up the definition of the word matrix. Gaga greetings. This is my brother Minty in there. When we look up the definition of the word matrix means an environment which something can grow. That's what matrix means. You know what I'm saying? So when we observe nature, we observe our environment, it's parallels that we see. Just like I was talking about when I went to the zoo with my daughter, took my daughter to the zoo, every animal had its own habitat set up the way it was. You won't see the penguin habitat look like the other animals' habitats. And then I'm like, why don't they just leave? Like, these big tigers could just leave. Like, I'm looking, I'm like I'm nervous a little bit because I'm thinking, but what happened is they've been colonized. They've been colonized. The same thing has happened to us. We've been colonized. So now the gates is open. We won't even leave because we have everything in our environment to keep us complacent, to keep us so-called comfortable, to keep us sitting here. We have everything they bring in what they think we need to keep us, depending on where our mind state is at. And this is why voting plays a part. This is what voting is for. Voting is not to elect these so-called candidates. That's not what voting does. Voting is literally polling. They'll say different things. They'll say different things, and depending on how many people vote for that, this is what they change in the environment to keep us comfortable in the environment. This don't necessarily mean your vote will get the person in. It's, oh my God. All right, so look, because I don't want to go too far on where I was trying to go. But what I'm trying to say is our reality is being controlled by people who don't have our best interests at hand. No, what they're doing is they're controlling us. It's a select few. It's a handful of people that control the masses. You really think the majority of people out here is in some willful ignorance, complacent with their reality, don't read much, don't study much, not very scientific at all. You think that the powers that be will leave who's next to be the leader in the hands of these morons? You really think that that's what they do? Hell no. We have several instances where they've tipped their hat, and I'm gonna show you how you can look this information up, connect these dots on your own. It's very easy, because this is the Gagutical age. It's the age of information. It's the age of Aquarius that we're in. And, that's very important. Like, it's very important. I don't think we all realize what a blessing that we have to be alive at this present state in space and time right now. Like, this is popping. We never, ever had access to this much information. Never before. Never before has it been this easy to access information. Never, ever before in the history of mankind. And now that we do have it, it's so many people that's stuck in their willful ignorance. They refuse to look. And then a lot of us have been programmed to have these very short attention spans. Very short attention spans. So you can't even talk to a person for more than a minute, 2 minutes without them mind wandering to something else. That's why, anytime I go live, I like to get some steam out first. So, the short attention span people can just come in and go out. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you just come in, see, what you think is just some mindless babble, and then get out the way, because this really ain't for you anyway. You know what I'm saying? We diving deep over on this side. Alright? So, what it is it's something that we all heard before, but we might not really understand how deep it is, and it's the Illuminati, for certain. It's the Illuminati. But people say Illuminati and don't show you who the Illuminati is. Don't tell you they just say Illuminati and you think this is just some secret society of people who don't. No, they want you to know who they are. They tell you who they are. I can show you who the hell they are. They don't care that you know who they are. They do not care. Matter of fact, that's a status symbol that you know who they are. The issue is we look at different things for markers of success. We look at the amount of money a person has as a marker for success, and this is a tragic mistake. I'll show you a perfect example. The President of the United States, right, makes $500,000 a year. He makes $500,000 a year. We have professional athletes that make more than that. Come straight out of high school, make more than that. All right? So the money is not reflective of the power. The power is where the wealth is. It's in power. That same person cannot give power to his people. But yet the president gives power to his whole legacy. Everybody that was before and after him. Look at the Clintons. Look at the Bushes. Look at now the Obamas. This gives power. So you can have money and lose money, and then you'll be nothing. You'll be MC Hammer. And that's not a shot at Hammer, but you understand what I mean? That money is not a marker for success. No. No. Maybe at a bake sale or a garage sale, or maybe reflected on, something small, immediate turnover. We can say that. But in the long run, if we're talking about power, we're talking about generational wealth, the money is not what it is. It's the power. It's the right to control resources. When you can actually control who's the leader of the free world, that's an important commodity and a resource to control. So it's not about the actual money that you make doing that. It's about you having authority over doing that. It's about you having control over that resource. And that resource, that position of authority, controls the minds of the whole world. Of the whole world. Did you see what it did when Obama got elected? How it changed the way people think. How it changed the way people treated each other. They were allowed to get away with damn near anything. Long as Obama was in there, everybody was kind of happy. And Obama did literally nothing for black people specifically the whole time he was in office. But nobody talks about it because it's Obama. Even to this day, he sits back in silence whilst all of this talk about reparations and the same arguments. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And I'm going to show you why. You know what I'm saying? Gaga greetings, man. Peace and love. Chosen, that's my brother right there. Nothing has changed, and I'm going to show you why. And Gaga actually shows us this. We learned this. See, okay. Gaga, the God Almighty Grand Unified Theorem, was founded in 1990 by Professor Gabriel Oyibo. Professor Gabriel Aldo Oyibo. In 1990, he did with Albert Einstein, Galileo Galilei, Isaac Newton, Carl Friedrich Gauss, David Hilbert, all of these great European thinkers prior to Gaga, they could not do. They cannot solve Einstein's theory of relativity. It remained a theory. Even Albert Einstein could not solve it. He died in 1955, leaving it still a theory, leaving it unsolved. Professor Gabriel Aldo Oyibo solved it in 1990. And when he did that, it shook up the science community. What happened was it was investigated by multiple agencies, including the White House under the Clinton administration in 1996 through 97. Now, when I say the White House, I'm talking about the FBI, the CIA, the Pentagon, the NSA, the White House, the federal government, the executive branch of the United States government investigated Gaga, found no flaws. Now, this is what's important. After the White House, under the Clinton administration, investigated it and found no flaws, they called for backup. They reported to Yale University. Understand the pecking order. Yale didn't report to the White House. The White House, the federal branch of the government, reported back to Yale. That's the pecking order. Yale is actually above the federal branch of the government. How can it be that the White House had to report to Yale? They reported up. The pecking order goes up. It trickles down, so it goes up. So the White House reported to Yale. The FBI, the CIA, the Pentagon, the federal branch of the United States government reported back to Yale University. Yale has a couple things going for them. They have Yale School of Science, Yale School of Math, and they also have this. Watch this. Watch this. Here we go. You can find this at Yale. Okay. This is what you can also find at Yale. Ooh, my man Shane on point. Shane is on point. What's up with my internet? See that they trying to slow me up. They chemtrailing me. Oh man. Let me check my. No, my Wi-Fi not on there. That's what happened. It was just on there. Hold up, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Let me. Okay. There we go. There we go. But Shane, you definitely hit it on the head. You hit the nail on the head with that one. There you go. This is what's at Yale. Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones, the Order of 322, or the Brotherhood of Death, suggested that Skull and Bones is a branch of the Illuminati, been founded by a German university. Look, now watch this. They'll tell you a German university, but who? Who? Watch this. Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale University, was founded in 1832 for refused first slap. I don't know what that means. I don't know who that is. John D. Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller founded Skull and Bones. Alright? John Rockefeller funded Skull and Bones. This is where Skull and Bones come from. This is where the Illuminati come from. And their home is at Yale University. This is where their home is at. Now, I just showed you how Gaggett exposed the pecking order. First it came through the White House, then they kicked it up to Yale University. You wonder why they kicked it up? Because Yale is home of the Skull and Bones. Right? So, Yale being home of Skull and Bones, and this being founded by a German, Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller, a German. Here we go again with Germans. And what they're not saying is they're Nazis. They're Nazis. See, what they do is they will bite off their foot to save their lives. So when Adolf Hitler and, the alt-right, when they went on their negative campaign and, everything happened from World War II, they was like them. Those guys are those guys. And they highlighted them, cut them off, bit off that foot to save the rest of this wicked society. Like, this shit is crazy. So every major president has been a part of this organization, from William Taft to George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr. George Bush Sr. and George Bush Jr. were both Skull and Bones. You see what I'm saying? Bill Clinton was also, he wasn't in Skull and Bones, but he was in the Trilateral Commission. Let me show you this. The Trilateral Commission. Here you go. You might not have heard of the Trilateral Commission, but guess who founded it? Watch, I'm going to show you. Peace and love, God. This was goody. Here we go. The Trilateral Commission is a non-governmental, non-partisan discussion group founded by David Rockefeller in 1973. You see what I'm saying? Rockefeller. And that was Bill Clinton home. Bill Clinton. Look, even millions who voted Republican to keep Bill Clinton out of the White House couldn't incline. So he was part of the Trilateral Commission. See? They call themselves simply the Trilateral Commission. Bill Clinton's presidential campaign didn't even know that. Yeah, they did. See that? Trilateral Commission founded by David Rockefeller, Zimba, and Trilateral Commission include George Bush, Dick Cheney, Bill Clinton, the list goes on. These are the people who's running the world. These are the people who's in control of the government. These are the people, the actual government, the federal branch, the executive branch of the government, the top level reports back to these dudes. Back to these dudes. And these are Germans. These are Germans. That's why they make such a big deal about Russia getting involved in anything and people having conversations with Russia, because these are two European powers that are still in conflict with each other. That's exactly what it is. And they want to make it like it's, it's something about spying or something. These are the same battles that they've been fighting in Europe. And now they bring it over here. Just like we talk about, and people are, damn, how did Trump win? Okay, well, watch this. They didn't let women into Skull and Bones until 1991. They did not let women into Skull and Bones until 1991. When Hillary Clinton was running, right, she went to the Skull and Bones and they made her an honorary, look, I'm going to show you. Watch. They made her honorary Skull and Bones. And I'm going to show you what she said. I'm going to show you what she said. Her actual words. Hold on. Here it go. Ah! Here we go. While campaigning in Connecticut today, in last bid for the Connecticut primaries, Hillary Clinton was celebrated. Oh, let me go into it. Celebrated in front of a crowd. Come on, man, get out of here. Stop playing. Was celebrated in front of a crowd of 125 people during a ceremony which took place at Yale University, and where the presidential runner was made an honorary Skull and Bones member. The prestigious secret society, a group that lists honorable former presidents George Bush Sr., John Kerry. Hold on. Here's what she said. It might even help me out to win the presidency. Some people say it helped the Bushes get into the Oval Office, so why not me? She added with humor. Right. You see what I'm saying? So this is why. It's because those prestigious groups, they're the ones who select who the president is going to be. And Gaggett has influenced every presidential election since it came out. I can show you that too. I'm still working on my talking points for that because I don't want to mess it up, because it's very interesting, very, very interesting. And how she lost to Trump. Well, how she lost to Obama is because of Gaggett. You know what I'm saying? And also how she lost to Trump is because of Gaggett. Although Trump may not be a quintessential Gaggettian candidate. You know what I'm saying? It was actually Ben Carson who was supposed to win that election, but Ben Carson wasn't acting Gaggettically. Especially when we got pictures of him posing with Jesus, the damn white Jesus. You can't be Gaggettical with a white Jesus on. You know what I'm saying? That already shows he has no knowledge of, Gaggett. But Trump, real name is Drumpf. Trump is German. Trump is German. Look, his lineage comes through. Look. come through Frederick Trump, but it's Drumpf. Hold on. They changed their name. Yeah, let me see. They changed their name. They changed their name to Trump. He changed the name to Trump. He's German. He's German. It's really spelled Drumpf. There you go. Donald Trump's ancestors changed their family surname from Drumpf to Trump. See what I'm saying? They changed it from Drumpf to Trump. And they changed it to disassociate themselves from those Nazis in Germany. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to disassociate themselves. But I just showed you how Germans are the actual people who founded these secret societies. You know, with John Rockefeller and David Rockefeller. You know, the Rockefeller family. They're the ones who founded this secret society that we call the Illuminati, which talks about skull and bones and the Trilateral Commission. And it just so happens that, you know, these people go to the same Ivy League schools, and your school that you go to has a direct correlation with the job that you want. Your school that you go to has a direct correlation with the job that you want. And if your school is a part of the Trilateral Commission or Skull and Bones, this makes you go straight to government. This just is what it is. You show me somebody who didn't, I double dare you. You know what I'm saying? So these are the people who are running our world. And it's scary when you actually get to the bottom of it because, you know, just the name Skull and Bones, just the name Trilateral Commission, do you really understand what that means? It doesn't mean that you get a fair chance, that you get a say-so. That's not what it means. What it means is they control with chaos. They control out of chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing about it is life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Even that is code. Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness is a code. LLPOH is a code. They speak in codes. They got hand signs, different languages they say. Like, that's all code. I'm gonna be breaking this codes down. I'm gonna be breaking this down so y'all can understand it, so we all can understand it on a uniform level. You know what I'm saying? But I think I got it out of my system for tonight anyway. I'm gonna go get me some sleep. I feel the melatonin kicking in, my eyelids getting lower. So look, don't forget to stay awake, research. Look more into what I showed you about Drumpf. Look more into what I showed you about the Trilateral Commission. Look more into what I showed you about Skull and Bones, because there's definitely more. And I would love to have a conversation with anybody who's ready to go live with us and break this information down. Like, I gets into this. I gets busy. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know. You know what I mean? And this is your brother, and I love you because I love myself. Peace.